this video is in memory of my dear friend Halima who passed away on the 20th of October 2020. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Betty Odumosu. If you're new here, you're welcome. On this channel, I talk about the journey to adulthood by sharing my personal experiences and giving my opinions on topics and contents that relate to adulthood. In today's video, I will be talking about dealing with the loss of a loved one, particularly a friend. And just so you know, this video is in memory of my dear friend Halima who passed away on the 20th of October 2020. Halima was someone I met on my first year in school, 100 level, December 2019, and we were friends for about a year before her passing. Although we got to see each other physically just about 3 months thereabout before the corona outbreak in 2020. And one of the things I learned from her is the fact that, see, life is a moment, just live it and enjoy it. When I met Halima, she was like the most, she was the most spirited person that I ever met, like the most free-spirited person I had ever met. She was just all about living life as it comes. She wasn't really bothered about, oh, what's going to happen next. She was all about living in the moment, and that's one of the things that I learned from her before our passing. I remember that there was this one time that I was really intrigued by the kind of person that she was. We had a conversation about death. I would not really go into details, but that was the first time I was hearing a teenager speak about death without fear or not being scared at all. Like, I was just really surprised. It was one of the most thought-provoking conversations that I ever had with her. I remember that night I got the message of a person. I was about to eat my food, and that instant I just lost appetite. No one would really, and the thing with the death of someone is you really cannot predict how you're going to react. So many people react to the loss of someone differently. Some people, they cry, some people some people do not even cry, and then some people feel like, oh, because you do not cry, you are not affected. It's not only by tears that someone can show how they are grieving. And I'm just amazed when some people say, oh, you lost someone and you're going online to post. That's how that person is able to express how they feel at the moment. So you really cannot say there's a particular way for you to react to the death of someone. Naturally, for me, I'm someone that actually cries a lot, which was why crying was the only way for me to grieve at that time. And I'm so happy about the fact that I had supportive people around me, which is another thing, which is the next point I'll be saying, that, see, if you're grieving over the loss of someone, it's really great for you to have supportive people around you, because having them around will help to heal the pain a bit. It cannot totally ease you of the pain, but it helps a lot. When I got the news of Halima's passing, my parents and siblings were with me at the time, and I'm so happy with the way they let me grieve and just let out my emotions the way I could, which was by crying. And there was no asking me to go do things, asking me to forget about it and just move on. They were there for me. They were empathetic. They were sympathetic with me at the same time. It was just so great to have them around me. I mean, if I did not have them at that time, I think it would have been really worse for me. Next point I would say is that do not be hard on yourself. I remember then I went through our chats, our last conversations, and I was just like, why didn't I reach out more? Why didn't I talk to her more? Because at some point during the lockdown, the communication between us lessened. It wasn't as much as it was at the beginning of the lockdown, and I just felt so bad that, oh, what if I had spoken to her more? What if I had called more and not just relied on text messages or chats? What if I was going hard on myself? But I just realized that, look, going hard on yourself was not going to bring her back to life. Yeah. So do not go hard on yourself. It might be difficult not to, or not going hard on yourself is one of the ways to help yourself. I believe that one of the ways to just go on with life after the loss of a friend or a loved one is just to cherish the moments that you all had together. Cherish the moments you all had together. Which is why I'm even thankful about the fact that we have phones right now. I keep wondering, people who lost their friends or loved ones in the era when there were no phones, how did they cope after? Because at least now you have pictures, you have videos, you have text to actually go back on later. But back then, how did they do it? Must have been pretty worse for them. So um I believe that one of the ways to be able to cope after the loss of a friend or a loved one is to just enjoy the moments just enjoy the moments that you all shared together. That's one of the ways to ease the pain, because truth is, the pain never goes away. You could just be going through your normal day routine and randomly you just think about that person, or you see something that reminds you of that person, and it's almost like there's a fresh pain again in your heart. You just begin to think about that person, begin to cry and grieve over that person. That is how it is sometimes for most people. For me, I remember that there's sometimes I just see a particular thing, or I go to a particular place that we went to before, and I'm just reminded again of the fact that, oh my god, this person is no longer here, and it just brings back the memories that you all have shared, and it's just like you're going through that phase again. Right now, I'm just going to say that learn to create memories with people while they're still alive. Learn to appreciate people while they're still alive, because in the end, that's all you'll be left with by the time they pass. And for me, that was one of the things that have helped me so far with the loss of my friend. Care for people while they're still alive, because the truth is, none of us would actually live here alive, save for if rapture happens. But just know that life is not guaranteed. Anything can happen at any time, as much as we do not pray for bad things to happen. But death is inevitable, isn't it?